Hi YouTube, this is Danielle Hayden with the Hayden Group and Keller Williams Ann Arbor, and we are super uber excited today to bring you one of our vendor partners, one of my favorite vendor partners actually, because I can refer him to any of my clients and I know with almost 110% confidence that he's gonna get the job done right. He's gonna do it really well, and he has one of the best prices for roofing around. So I'm pleased to introduce you to Jakob. And Jakob, how do you pronounce your whole name?
Jakob Smolyanov.
Smolyanov. Did I get it right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And he's with Roof Advance, and that is right here in the Ann Arbor and Ypsilanti area, right on Carpenter Road. He services the greater Metro Detroit area, as well as out towards, Ann Arbor and around Washtenaw County. So you've got quite a large service area.
Yes, we do our main work here in the Washtenaw Wayne, but we will go anywhere, so Metro Detroit.
Okay, all right. So for example, he's come down to Manchester and Adrian areas for me as well. So I definitely urge you at the end of this video, we're going to give you Jakob's company information so that you can get in touch with him. And if you're going to get a roof quote, I don't care if it's for a minor repair, an inspection, or a whole new roof, you want to get in touch with this company. Okay, so stay tuned for that information. All right, let's get started. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are so excited to get to know Jakob Smolyanov. Did I get it?
Yes.
Okay, woo! And this is with Roof Advance here in the Ann Arbor and Ypsilanti area. So we're just going to ask Jakob a few questions about his company so that we can better inform our clients, whether you are buyers, sellers, or just homeowners, when it comes time to redo your roof, which is one of the most expensive maintenance parts of your home. How do we know how to get it right and pick the right guy? Well, just tell us a little bit about yourself and, when did you start your company? How long have you been doing this?
Yeah, I've been doing this for a long time. So I started in 96, so quite a while, so 20 some years. We relocated here in Ypsilanti, in our area.
Just so you all know, I actually met Jakob because of a mutual realtor friend of ours. Do you know Lucy Anderson?
Yes.
Lucy, yeah, Lucy Anderson was my real estate agent before I was a realtor. And she gave me a handful of roofers to get an estimate from. And Jakob, you were one of them. I don't know if you remember this, but we lived on Louise Street in Ypsilanti. It was a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, it is your roof.
Well, you didn't do my roof, but that's because I learned the hard way and I made a terrible mistake. I made a terrible mistake. And now I refer Jakob to all of my people. We paid too much money for a roof. We were nervous with your quote, honestly, because it came back so low. We were like, there's no way this can be such a good deal. We really didn't know. And since then, I have referred you to my clients, and every one of them has given you like 6 out of 5 stars. They all love you, and they love their roofs. And I got to tell you, I went with a higher price estimate, and they did a terrible job. And I'm not going to slam any businesses on this video, but we have literally kicked ourselves in the tushies like for 2 years now because we didn't actually hire you at the time. But I'm so glad that I can share you with my customers now.
Okay, thank you.
So, with that said, I've got a few questions for you here today. So one of those questions is when people are going to sell their home, okay, and they're a little bit concerned about the state of their roof. They don't know if they have the money to go ahead and fully replace their roof. What are some of the things that you've done for home sellers in the past that have helped them?
Yeah, first, if you're going to sell your home, and it is very important to know in what condition the roof is. So we can come and do the inspection of the roof. It might be just a little maintenance or repair can need to be done to extend the life of the roof. Or if it's roofing old and needs to be replaced, it's better to replace it now, or when you're going to put it on the market and then going to find out that you need to replace the roof.
Yes. And as a real estate agent, I have seen it time and time again. People think, well, we'll just wait until the inspection happens and then we'll see what happens. Well, the reality is 9 times out of 10, that buyer is going to bring the contractor that they want to bid from. So let's say you get the inspection, they say the roof needs to be redone. Well, they're going to go ahead and get bids from roofers, and then they're going to present those bids to you and negotiate. You may not have time to respond and go ahead and get on Jakob's schedule and get a realistic or a reliable quote that's from a trusted contractor at a good price. So in my opinion, if you already know that it needs work, you as a seller should be gathering those estimates and talking to professionals like Jakob so that you take the question mark out of the equation, because you're going to be able to get a better deal negotiated than if the buyer is out there and they go with the highest bid they get because they want to make sure they get enough money at the closing table.
Yeah, that's correct.
So what about inspections? You mentioned earlier to me that that you have performed some sort of like inspection on a roof so that people just know what their roof is like before they go and sell it.
Yeah, we do offer roof inspection as 39-point roof inspection and attic. So what we'll do, we'll come out, inspect your roof, attic, and give you a written inspection. So, and that inspection you can present to the buyer if you're selling a house. Or we can just come and advise you on the roof and tell you just if you need a repair to be done, we can provide you with estimates as well.
Even little things like nail pops, right?
Yeah,
Those come up all the time. And
Yeah, even nail pops can cause a big problem. So if you're not going to take care of it right now, it can be a major problem.
Yeah, I think that if you leave something for the inspector to find, all of a sudden buyers want to nickel and dime and negotiate, right?
Yes.
But if you can provide them with some sort of certification that says, we've already looked at this, what it does is it tells them that you took care of your home, you care about your home, and you're making sure it's in a good condition. So they start to feel more comfortable and have more peace of mind, and they negotiate less on everything if you can just provide them with that little bit of documentation. How much does something like that cost?
So if you want a written 39-point inspection, it will be $150.
Okay, $150.
$150, yes.
All right, fantastic. Now, what about when people are purchasing a home, right? So we're representing the buyers. Our buyers find this home, they get under contract, and they order their inspection. What advice do you have for home buyers?
Again, I think it will not cost you to even hire us to do the inspection a lot, because a lot of home buyers, they'll hire a home inspector, and what we was finding out, so that the home inspector, they're doing a home inspection inside the home, but they're missing out on a big part like a roof. And we have a customer, we are doing a repair now. She bought a home like a year ago, and now she's going to find out that she needs a brand new roof right now.
And it wasn't caught in the inspection? No. And is that just because, what are your feelings on that? Just because a home inspector is not a specialist? They're not a roofer?
Yes, yeah, there's a few differences they have to do the inspection on the roof. When you're buying a house, so you're going to hire just a home inspector, and a lot of times they'll miss out on on the roof. So that way it will be a good idea to hire us to do an inspection, and we can present, there's like 39-point roof inspection. There's so many little things that can go wrong with the roof. That's why we'll come out and inspect a roof, and we'll tell you if it's a good roof. We'll give you a full report and expectancy of the roof, so how long your roof can last, or if it needs to be replaced right away, or 1 year or 2 years.
Well, and water is the enemy of a house, right? And the thing that protects it more than anything is probably its roof. Its roof and its gutters, right? Do you do gutter work as well?
Yes, we do gutters.
Okay, all right.
And we do gutters insulation, so we can check the attic insulation, the roof, gutters, so make sure everything is working.
Back 20, 30 years ago, and correct me if I'm wrong, we were using a lot of gable vents and can vents, right? And soffit vents. Now we're using ridge vents. Right? So how long ago did that transition happen?
So that's the ventilation, attic ventilation. So the attic ventilation, so you have to have a soffit vents. Okay. And soffit vents, it will work as a intake ventilation. So you have to have intake ventilation and exhaust. The soffit vents, they work like an intake, and a ridge vent or box vents, it depends on the style of your roof. So some roof ridge vent will work better, and some of them box vents will work better.
And those are both for the exhaust.
Exhaust.
So basically, a home needs to breathe, right? That air needs to pass through in order to prevent things like mold growth, things like that.
Moisture in the attic, yeah.
Okay.
Create mold.
Okay, and so we're looking for the air to pass into the home and then out the top, right? And gables were more of a pass through. So gables were the ones that were on the side of the house, sort of near the ridge, and the air would pass through in and out.
Yes, yeah, and that's why we, all homes are different. So we have to come out and look and see what the best solution for the ventilation for each home will be.
Okay, yeah, and so this is something that every inspector, just so you know, home inspectors are not necessarily a highly regulated field, and so there are a lot of inspectors out there, and each of them have different areas of specialty and different backgrounds and experience. So it is possible that you have a home inspector in there that maybe is not as well versed in how a roof should function as someone like Jacob would be. So Jacob, that 39-point inspection you would recommend it for both buyers and sellers, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and let's just say someone goes through the home inspection and now there's a question about the roof, whether it's the flat roof, is it retaining water because you see puddles on it, right? You and I ran into this in a property once, and that's actually somewhat normal for a flat roof to retain that little bit of water. Is that true?
Yes, the rubber roof, it all depends on what kind of rubber, like EPDM rubber, will hold water.
Okay.
So it's totally normal for the water to stay on the roof.
So, but this is, it's a really interesting concept though, because the inspector, depending on how they say it, the buyer can freak out and the buyer can think, oh, well, that's going to cost me $6,000, when maybe it doesn't. So you can avoid a lot of those question marks just by having someone come out for $150 and be able to certify for you what is and is not happening with your roof, your ventilation, your insulation, because we could be talking anything from water damage coming in, ice damming, and
Moisture.
even mold.
Yeah,
attic.
what we will do, we'll do the roof inspection and attic inspection.
Okay.
Well. So
So
make
you do
sure
both.
the air attic is breathing.
Make sure there's baffles.
Insulation, enough ventilation.
So basically, this is one of the most premium checkups you can give your home. It's an extremely high-priced item in your home, alongside the furnace maybe. Those are the two things that are most expensive in your home. So you might as well do your due diligence. Is there anything else that you want people to know about your services or about roofs in general?
If you're not selling or buying a house, but you still need, it will be a good idea to do inspection on the roof.
How often do you recommend that homeowners get their roof looked at or inspected?
At least 4 or 5 years.
Every 4 or 5 years?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. And are there any major things that people should be looking at to figure out, okay, I think I need to have someone come out and look at my roof so that we don't get stuck in the middle of winter this year needing a new roof, right? Anything specific that they should be looking for and think, oh, I've got to call Jacob and his company?
So if you like curling or buckling, if you see anything unusual with your roof,
With the shingles?
with the shingles, it can be curling shingles or buckling, or that needs to be looked at.
Okay, but if people are doing their inspection every 4 to 5 years, then that should be enough to sort of keep them on schedule and make sure that they know it's coming close to time to replace.
Yes.
How can people get in touch with you and your company?
Simply go online. So we have a website, roofadvance.com, or call us.
We'll go ahead and display Jacob's business information here as well for you so that you can take down the contact information, give his office a call. And it's just been such a pleasure working with you. I really appreciate how happy my clients have been with you. Thank you so much for stopping by. We have been so happy to be able to introduce you to Jacob and Roof Advance. If you have any questions for Jacob or for our team as well, go ahead and put your comments down below. Send us your questions. Let us know what you would like to hear more about in terms of the roof and in the buying and selling process. Thank you so much. Go ahead and click subscribe. Well, toggle the little notification for the bell to make sure that you get instant notifications of our videos. We upload content 1 to 2 times a week, and we are really enjoying this process of connecting you with our trusted local vendors. Thanks so much and have a great day. Did you get anything out of this video today? I sure hope so.
That's why I make them.
If you enjoyed this video and you got value out of it, please hit the subscribe button for instant notifications of more videos made just for you. Subscribe! Boop, 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 boop.